In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a waterfall card or a flip card like this one using a template. This is the template I'm going to use for this demonstration. I put it on a piece of brown cardstock so you can see the shape a little bit. Just want to point out that there's a couple little notches here that are very important to how this comes together. This template was designed to be 8.5 by 11 inches so that it works with a standard piece of cardstock, and we're minimizing how many cuts we have to make. Once you place it on a piece of cardstock like this, you want to make sure that it's against the edge of the paper right here, edge over here and edge over here. And all you do is you take a pencil and you trace around the perimeters like so. And over here there's these little carrots over here. You got to make sure that you grab these because they're indices for folding that we use later on. So there's a bunch here, a bunch here. There's one here, one matching one here. There's one at the top and another one at the bottom, and then there's two down here at the bottom. So when you're done tracing it, this is what you end up with. I made these lines really dark so that you could see them, but what you want to do now is you want to cut them out. You don't have to cut the little indices, just cut straight lines. And when you're done cutting it out, you'll end up with something like this. Now, I left these indices here just for the folding part, but you can erase those later. And what you need to do at this point is you take a straight edge, you can use the edge of this template, and you go point to point on these indices and just line it up like that. Use a scoring tool. I use a crochet needle. You go point to point, score that. You move it down, point to point, make sure you line it up perfectly, and you keep scoring it point to point all the way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them here, and then there's 2 here, the top one and the bottom one. You want to make sure that you get those with the straight edge, and you score those. You score this one, and then there's one right here at the bottom. This is going to make our little pull tab. So you just score this and you have it. So now that I'm finished with all this, you're going to fold these 2 flaps over and apply a little bit of glue right here. This is now your sleeve. This is going to come in here like so. This is your moving part. So now all we have to do is add the panels. So when you look at it sideways, you can see that these all have these little edges in there. I don't know how well that comes across on the camera. So the next thing you want to do is the directions that come with this template tell you exactly what size to make this. So it's about 3 inches by 2 inches. And you will apply a little bit of glue to these flaps, to these pieces right here, these little panels, one at a time. You would apply glue right here to this edge, and then you would take this piece and just center it in here. Just center it in one piece. See, it doesn't want to stay over there. This piece, and then one more right here, and so on and so forth until you end up with all of them attached like this. And that's your end result. This is called a waterfall or a flip card. This is another one I just did just for demonstration, that you don't need pictures to do them. You can just do them with sayings and what have you. The end product, the end piece will fit in a standard A2 envelope. It's perfect, fits in perfectly.